study the topic inheritance and variation. In that topic, we study the Mendel's experiments and the laws explained by the Mendel. In that, we study the Mendel's first law and monohybrid cross. Today, we study the Mendel's second law, that is called as the Mendel's second law of inheritance, or it is also called as the Mendel's law of segregation, or it is also known as the Mendel's law of purity. Now, what is mean by this law? In that, we get the segregation, word segregation. Segregation means what? Separation. The gametes get separate during the genes get separate during the gamete formation. Now, what is the statement of this law? When two alleles for a contrasting character are brought together in a hybrid, they do not mix but segregate or separate from each other during gamete formation. When the two characters are come together or two alleles are come together, they get separate from each other during the gamete formation. As the gamete gets separate from each other, the single gamete is formed and it contains a single character. Therefore, it is called as a pure, and therefore this law is also called as a Mendel's law of purity. Next, the Mendel explained this law by one example, that is, he takes the two parents which is having the different characters for the height. He selects the first parent, that is which is having the pure tall, and which is having other parent which is a pure tall. The genotype of pure tall is capital T, and for pure tall it is a small t, small t. The gametes of these capital T, it is a single gamete, that is a capital T, and for dot parent it is a small t. Okay, there the crossing between these two parents takes place and offspring is formed, that is a capital T, small t, which is nothing but the hybrid tall, and this generation is called as a F1 generation. As we study in the monohybrid cross, the cross takes place. Okay, then this hybrid undergoes selfing to form the second generation. During the selfing, the hybrid plant or hybrid tall plant is crossed with the hybrid tall plant, and as these gametes are different, we see that capital T and small t, these are the two different alleles. Here also the capital T and small t, these are the two different alleles. These two alleles does not mix. Okay, they does not mix with each other, but they get separate in the gamete formation, that is the capital T and small t. Then another gamete is formed, capital T, small t. This takes place during the meiosis. As we know, in meiosis, the diploid cell is converted into the haploid cell. This is the diploid condition, this is the diploid condition, and at the time of gamete formation, the haploid cells are formed which contains a single or separate alleles. And from this, the Mendel's law explains how the gamete gets separate during the gamete, how the alleles get separate during the gamete formation. Okay, and as the gametes are different, they are get separated, they are become a pure, and therefore this law is called as a law of purity. Next. Now, as we study the monohybrid cross, in monohybrid cross, what we consider? We consider only the one character or single character. Okay. Similarly, the Mendel carried out the dihybrid cross. Now, what is mean by the dihybrid cross? A cross between the two pure parents in which the inheritance pattern of two contrasting characters is considered simultaneously is called as a dihybrid cross. Okay, what consider? There are the two contrasting characters is considered. In monohybrid cross, what we consider? Only one character is considered. But in dihybrid cross, there is a two contrasting characters are considered. For example, if we take the cross between the character having the yellow round seed and green wrinkled seed. Okay, yellow is yellow color of the seed and round is the shape of the seed. Similarly, here the green color of the seed and wrinkled, it is the shape of the seed. Here the yellow round seed, it is a dominant parent, and green wrinkled, it is a recessive parent. Okay, then the crossing between these two parents is carried out for the dihybrid cross. Here get the attention that here only the two characters Okay. Then the genotype of yellow round is capital Y, capital Y, capital R, capital R. Similarly for green wrinkle, small y, small y, small r, small r. These are the genotype of the parent. The gametes are formed. That gametes are for yellow round, that is the capital Y, capital R, and for green wrinkle, small y, small r. During the gamete formation, two alleles are come together, and here also two alleles comes together for the different character. In monohybrid cause there is a single. We take only the tall character. Therefore, for tall there is a T. For dot there is only small t. But here we consider the two characters. That is, one is the Y and another is the R. Similarly, here is small y, small r. There are the two characters are considered. Then the crossing between these two organisms takes place, and the F1 generation is formed with capital Y, small y, capital R, small r, which is called as the yellow round, because yellow round is a dominant character which is expressed in the F1 generation as per the Mendel's first law. Okay, here is in F1 generation the dominant character is expressed, and therefore the offspring is a yellow round. Then after that we carry out the selfing between the F1 hybrid, that is the capital Y, small y, capital R, small r, is crossed with capital Y, small y, capital R, small r. This is called as a selfing. In selfing is what? There is a self-pollination. Okay, self-pollination is carried out. Here crossing means what? We carry out the cross-pollination. But here the selfing. Selfing is carry out to obtain the F2 generation. Next. Okay, now the gamete formation takes place at the law of segregation. The different gametes are formed. The capital Y, capital R. This is the first gamete. The second capital Y, small r. This is the second gamete. Small y, capital R. This is the third gamete. Small y, small r. This is the fourth gamete. In this way, the gametes are formed which is having the two characters. Okay, which is having the two characters. Similarly, the other parents' gametes also get separated. These gametes are arranged in a Punnett sphere in this manner, that is the male male gametes on one side and female gametes are on one side. The male gametes are gametes are capital Y, capital R, capital Y, small y, capital R, small y, small r. Similarly, in this time there is a female gametes, that is the capital Y, small r, capital Y, small r, capital Y, small r, and small y, small r. In this way, there is a gametes get arranged, and from this arrangement they get the 16 offspring from the every crossing. Suppose the first cross is capital Y, R is crossed with the capital Y, R. They get the capital Y, capital Y, capital R, capital R. That is the yellow round. Next, the capital Y, R is crossed with the capital Y, R. We get the capital Y, capital Y, capital R, capital R. That is the yellow round. In this way, there is the 16 offsprings are formed. Okay. Now these offspring show the different combination, and this combination is known as the dihybrid ratio. For dihybrid ratio, there is a phenotype. First is the phenotypic ratio. In phenotypic ratio, if we see, there are about 9 yellow round seeds. Okay, if we count here is the first yellow round seed 1, here is the second, third, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and the 9. In this way, there are the 9 yellow round seeds. Then 3 yellow wrinkled seeds. That is the first is here. That is the yellow wrinkles first, second. Then we get the third here. In this way, there are the 3 yellow wrinkled seeds. Then next 3 green round seeds. Okay, 3 green round seeds. First here 1, 2, and 3. Here are the 3 round seeds. And last is the 1 green wrinkled seed. There is a single wrinkled seed is get here. That is a parental combination. That is first is the 9 offsprings are having the as like the parent expression, and the one is having also parent expression. Okay. In this way, there are the 9, 3, 3, and 1 forms the phenotypic ratio. That the for dihybrid ratio, the phenotypic ratio is 9:3:3:1. And genotypic ratio is 1:2:2:2:4, 1:2:1:1:1. two offsprings are having that type of character. In this way, there are the genotypic ratio is takes place in this manner. This is the dihybrid cross. Next. Okay. In this way, we study the dihybrid cross. With the related to dihybrid cross, the Mendel explained the Mendel's third law of inheritance, which is called as the Mendel's law of independent assortment. Which is called as the Mendel's law of independent assortment. What is the statement of this law? When two homozygous parents differing from each other, two or more pair of contrasting characters are crossed, then the inheritance of one pair of character is independent of the other character. Here the word is important is the independent. Okay, independent because during the crossing the different characters have come together, and as they are get separate during the gamete formation, and therefore they have become independent. There is no restriction to every character to go with the same character. म्हणजे जर समजा कॅपिटल Y कॅपिटल R हे जर एकत्र असतील तर त्यांनी कॅपिटल Y ने कॅपिटल R बरोबर जायला पाहिजे किंवा कॅपिटल R ने कॅपिटल Y बरोबर जायला पाहिजे असं तिथं बंधन नाही. And that is the independence to every character to go with the another character. This law explained with the example of this. First is the when we cross a yellow round seed pea plant with the green winkle seed pea plant. As explained in dihybrid cross, we know that is the yellow round seed is crossed with the green winkle seed. Then we get the genotype in this manner. Then we get the gametes of these parents, and these parents get crossed and form the F1 hybrid, that is the yellow round. Okay, this is the F1 generation. That is the single there. Or there are the four offsprings are having the yellow round seed. But in F2 generation, the characters are different, or the different offsprings having the different characters, and this is due to this law, that is the every allele has an independence to go with the other character. Next. Okay. In F2 generation, as we know, the parental character is a capital Y, capital R. Okay. Then next is the small y, small r. These are the parental combination. But if we see these total offspring, we get the different combination. There is no restriction to any allele to go with the other allele. Therefore, suppose here the capital Y, capital R. Here is no restriction. Here also no restriction. Capital Y, capital R, small r. If there is a restriction, there is only R. But here is no restriction. Here the smaller is come. Similarly, here capital Y, small y, capital R. Here is also no restriction. If after Y, if there is only restriction to go Y, but there is no. There is a small y is also come. So the every gamete or every allele has a independent to go with the any one of the character, and this law is called as a independent assortment. Next, as we study the different process, monohybrid process, dihybrid process, but as we know that the parents are the pure, but sometimes we don't know the parents are pure or not. So to find the purity of the parent, the Mendel carry out two processes, that is the back cross and the test cross. Now what is mean by the back cross and the test cross? The back cross means what? That is when the F1 hybrid is crossed with the any one of the parent. F1 hybrid, we know how F1 hybrid is formed. The F1 hybrid is crossed again with the any one of the parent. Okay, then we get the parent is a pure or not. This is called as a back cross. And test cross means what? The crossing of F1 generation only with the recessive parent. It is called as a test cross. Okay, back cross मध्ये काय सांगितलेलं आहे? तर back cross मध्ये जो F1 hybrid आहे तो कुठल्याही parent बरोबर काय होऊ शकतो? क्रॉस होऊ शकतो. पण टेस्ट क्रॉस मध्ये काय होतं? तर जो होमोझायगस रिसेसिव्ह पॅरेंट आहे त्याच्या बरोबरच फक्त F1 हायब्रिड हा काय केला जातो? क्रॉस केला जातो. म्हणून एक कायम क्वेश्चन बोर्डाच्या पेपर मध्ये पडलेला असतो, दॅट इज द बॅक क्रॉस इज अ टेस्ट क्रॉस, बट टेस्ट क्रॉस इज अ नॉट अ बॅक क्रॉस. का नाही? कारण टेस्ट क्रॉस मध्ये फक्त रिसेसिव्ह पॅरेंट बरोबर क्रॉस केलं जातं, पण बॅक क्रॉस मध्ये दोन्ही डॉमिनंट आणि रिसेसिव्ह दोन्ही पॅरेंट कडून काय केलं जातं, क्रॉसिंग केलं जातं. आणि याचा उपयोग याच्यासाठी होतो की पॅरेंट हे प्युअर आहेत की नाही ते फाइंड आउट करण्यासाठी आपल्याला बॅक क्रॉस आणि टेस्ट क्रॉस हे काय शकतात, उपयोगी होऊ शकतात. बाय एक्झाम्पल वी कॅन सॉल्व इट. फॉर बॅक क्रॉस द फिनोटाइप ऑफ द पॅरेंट इज प्युअर टॉल अँड प्युअर डॉग. द जीनोटाइप ऑफ प्युअर टॉल इज capital T and for pure dog small t small t. The crossing of the gamete formation takes place, that is the capital T small t. In F1 generation the crossing takes place and the capital T small t, that is the hybrid tall is formed as per our experiment of the Mendel. Now what is the back cross? In back cross F1 generation is crossed with the dominant parent. Even we cross with the recessive parent, but we take it in the test cross. Okay, the F1 generation is crossed with the dominant parent, that is the capital T small t is crossed with the capital T capital T. Here we get the idea. The capital T small t is a F1 hybrid and here is the dominant parent, that is the capital T capital T. Okay, after the crossing we get the capital T, that is the tall plant, then capital T small t, that is also tall plant, capital T, this is also tall plant, and capital T small t, this is also. From that we get that the tall character is expressed. Therefore the parent is a pure and it is a dominant. In this way we can get the back cross and also we get the purity of the parent. Next slide. Now test cross, what the test cross says, that is the F1 generation is crossed with the recessive parent. Okay, as I say, in back cross we cross with any one of the parent, that is the dominant parent of the recessive. But in test cross only the F1 hybrid is crossed with the recessive parent. Okay, it is only crossed with the, it is a back cross also, but in test cross only the recessive parent is crossed. Okay, how it takes place? The capital T small t, that is the F1 hybrid, which is crossed with the recessive parent, that is the small t small t. We arrange in a Punnett square the capital T small t small t small t. The capital T crossed with the small t, we get the tall parent, the tall offspring. The small t crossed, we get the dog offspring. Capital T small t crossed, we get tall offspring. In capital T small t, we get the dog offspring. If we observe here, we get the 50% offsprings are the tall. If we see, there are the 2 tall offspring and 50% are the dog. In this way, we get the test cross that there are the parents are the recessive. In this way, the test cross is excellent. Then what is the significance of this test cross? First, it helps to determine whether individual exhibit the dominant character are homozygous or the heterozygous. असं जसं मी सांगितलं की पॅरेंटची प्युरिटी चेक करण्यासाठी, ओके, parents are pure or not, this is identified by the test cross. That is the purity of the parent can be determined. Then it helps to determine the genotypes of the individual. Okay, as we know the phenotype, we know, we can see externally it is a cow, it is a dog, but we don't know their actual genotypes. Okay, therefore to determine the actual genotypes of the parent and the offspring, the test cross is used. Next, it has a wide application in the plant breeding experiment. As we know, there are the development takes place in the plant breeding. New varieties are coming to the market, and for identifying these new varieties, the test cross and back cross is carried out. Okay, in this way we get the idea about the dihybrid cross. Then we get the information about the Mendel's 3 law, and also we study the back cross and the test cross. As the Mendel carry out the experiment on a single plant, that is only on the pea plant. He does not study the other plant, and due to that there are some deviations takes place in the Mendel's law. That is the monohybrid. There is a monohybrid ratio. In monohybrid ratio, he says that the phenotypic ratio is 3:1. In dihybrid ratio, he says that the phenotypic ratio is 9:3:3:1. But when the other scientists study on the different plants, they get the different result, and that is called as the deviation from the Mendel's law. Next. Okay. As the Mendel only study the pea plant, he does not study on the other plant, and due to that he get the only the phenotypic and genotypic ratio related to the pea plant. But but the other scientists study on the different plant and they get the different ratios for the different plant. Okay, we study the first we see the incomplete dominance. As dominance we know, the Mendel explained in the law, that is the character which is expressed in F1 generation is called as a dominant character. But here is the incomplete dominance. What is meant by the incomplete dominance? It is the phenomenon in which neither of the allele of the gene is completely dominant over the other and hybrid is intermediate between the two parents. इथं जर आपण बघितलं तर कोणताही एक allele हा दुसऱ्या alleleवर डॉमिनन्स दाखवत नाही. तर दोन्ही काय दाखवतात? पार्शियली डॉमिनन्स दाखवतात. They not show the complete dominance. They show the partial. म्हणजे अर्ध डॉमिनन्स दाखवतात. It is called as the incomplete dominance. Okay. This is studied in the plant that is the Mirabilis jalapa, which is also called as the Phorofla plant. In that plant, there are the two types of plant which is having the red flower color and another is a white flower color. Okay. For red flower color, the genotype is a capital R. For white flower, there is a small r. The gametes are for capital R, there is a R, and for small r, the gametes are small r. Then the crossing over takes place and there is a formation of small capital R, small r. As per the Mendel's law, here is a capital R, small r. Then we say there is a red flower is formed. Okay, red. But there is a deviation takes place. The flower is become a pink flower, and therefore this flower color is not dominant, but both show the dominance, but in the incomplete form. No, it does not show the complete form. They show the partial dominance. They not show the complete dominance, and therefore the flower color is become a pink color flower. Okay, as per Mendel's law, it is become a red flower, but it is not find that there is a become a pink flower, and therefore the deviation from the Mendel's law takes place. And if we carry out the selfing, then we get the capital R crossed with capital R, small r is crossed with the capital R, small r. The gamete formations like this, capital R, small r, capital R, small r, as per the Mendel's second law, the law of segregation. Next, F2 generation, there is a capital R, small r, capital R, small r. Okay, that is the female parent at one side and the male parents are one side. Here the capital R is the one offspring which is having the red color. Then the capital R, small r, which is having the pink color. Even here the capital R, small r having the pink color. Small r has having the white color. Okay, here the two parental expression are there, but here also the new expression takes place. Okay, the phenotypic ratio is in this manner. The first, that is the one red color, which is having the completely red color. Then the two plants having the pink color, that is the two are the pink. The next is the only white color, one is the only white color. The ratio, phenotypic ratio is 1:2:1. What is the Mendel's phenotypic ratio for monohybrid cross? This is the 3:1. But in case of the incomplete dominance, there is a phenotypic ratio is 1:2:1. Phenotypic ratio is 1:2:1. And genotypic ratio is as per the Mendel's law, that is the 1:2:1. Therefore, here the deviation takes place from the Mendel's law. We show the incomplete dominance. Okay, so in this way we study the deviation from Mendel's law. Next lecture we study the other deviations from the Mendel's law.